This guy wants the box. Bam. How do I get his? Bust out all my little Godzilla figurines. I didn't plan this right. Look at that one. And it's picked this one up today. Look at that. He looks like he's ready to sock somebody up. I got this one. This one didn't come together. I just kind of added Kong and I put him on top of my little Godzilla. It came with the stick, and I got this little guy right here. Boom, boom. There we go. Try to get a whole collection. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so we gotta go and see what we can find on this Godzilla versus Kong. Beauty. Oh wait, I'm not even showing it. Bam. What's the beauty in this? Look at that. Oh my god. Well, we got a Wolfman, Wolfman and Godzilla going at it. Didn't know Wolfman. That'd be cool to have a little Wolfman little figurine, and he has Godzilla on it. I feel like King Kong is gonna be doing was is gonna be able to do something like this to Godzilla. I think King Kong is gonna put Godzilla up like that. Probably hit that F5 or something. Do a little grab from behind, do a suplex. He's gonna do some wrestling moves on him. He could, and I can't wait to see that. He's probably gonna do that where he grabs Godzilla by the tail. He try to spins him around. What's going on, Tommy Ramirez? What the heck is that face of Wolfman? Like look at his face. Yeah, you're right. That's a ugly ass face. Don't even look like a wolf. Let me make this bigger. Now it looks like right here they're just dancing. I'm really excited I'm happy with the way they made Mecha Godzilla. From all the leaks that I've seen from Mecha, I'm happy with how he's looking. See, like something like this. I feel like Kong's gonna do something like this to Godzilla. Just look at that. What do we got here, huh? What do we got here? Got some popcorn boxes. What is this? I haven't seen these up before. Team Kong. I that's why why Mech is fat. There's so many, like, from all the people that comment on my videos. There's so many people going for Kong. I feel like my boy Godzilla's not getting love. See who's gonna. Let's see who has a better shot of actually winning. Let's watch this video. It's the Godzilla vs Kong 2021 battle face-off in-depth combat analysis.
Godzilla, Kong displays a different type of intelligence. In the natural world, we see that animals that make the use of tools are normally creatures with higher brain-to-body ratios. Similarly, Kong uses both terrain and tools to accomplish complex tasks. While you could argue that Godzilla doesn't necessarily need to use tools, it does take some amount of intelligence to learn to effectively use handheld weaponry. If we place both Godzilla's and Kong's skulls side by side, we could probably get a better idea of their levels of intelligence. We see that according to how their skulls are shaped, the brain-to-body size ratio seems to significantly favor Kong. And since brain-to-body ratio is a relatively fair indicator of intelligence, it's safe to say that Kong has a slight advantage over Godzilla, at least in overall intelligence. But in the battlefield, Godzilla has an advantage over Kong in combat tactics. Therefore, in this category, both
I do
Godzilla
believe that. I
and
do
Kong
believe
come
that Kong's
equal
way
in
smarter than
battle,
Godzilla,
both
and we're gonna
thinking
see
and
Godzilla
intelligence.
fight somebody who's going to be attacking him in many different ways. We already saw Kong jumping out of a building behind him, moving around, hiding, kind of just
This
being
scene
smart
gives
with
us
the
a
way he
better
attacks
idea of
Godzilla,
how Godzilla
making
uses
weapons.
its dorsal plates to act as an intimidation display to other titans. This display is usually followed by an extremely loud roar that could shatter smaller creatures. Now, in this round, we will also take into account the fact that Godzilla has never taken a step backward when faced with an opponent. Even after losing a fight, Godzilla will always fall back to battle position. A creature acting like this will inflict morale shocks to even the strongest of titans. In the real world, gorillas use chest pounding as an act of intimidation towards other hostile creatures. Similarly, Kong would use this same method to try to intimidate any other titans, including Godzilla. But taking into account that Godzilla has faced more intimidating displays in the past, it is very likely that some mere chest pounding won't make Godzilla think twice before attacking. Even though both titans are intimidating, Godzilla takes the edge for being less likely to be fearful of the opponent while displaying slightly more intimidating behavior himself. Aggressiveness. By looking at the footage of how Godzilla
What do you guys? Okay, so ETN on YouTube.
You're watching ATN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey
Is this
guys,
the right
welcome
video?
to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. I know, late video, but there's a lot to talk about, and I'm very glad that I've waited this long to do this leak video because there have been so many of them, and I like to kind of wait because usually new things start to pop
I
up.
put my headphones on for this one.
And sure enough, that's what happened today. This video, we're going to discuss a plot leak from an alleged screening of the movie that actually happened today. And we're going to get into it. Before we do, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and definitely like and share the video if you want other people to know about these plot leaks, although I don't know why you would. And definitely, just as a reminder, spoiler warning in case these come out to be real once we see the movie. And also, take it with a grain of salt. Okay? Take it with a grain of salt because this plot leak completely conflicts with some of the other leaks that we've heard up to this point. All right, so this person was known as the Weezer on the website Superhero Hype, and basically he came out. He said he came in from a test screening today of the movie, and this is what he had to say about it. And I'm just gonna give you everything he said based on questions. First of all, if you want to know who the winner is, okay, I'm about to leak that because I know there's some people who like leaks and don't want to know who the winner is. So I'm gonna give the winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the movie has Godzilla winning the fight between Godzilla versus Kong. And
I hope that's true. I hope that's true. I hope that's true.
Hits Godzilla with what looks to be a knockout blow. And not that Godzilla's knocked out, but he basically knocks him down. Godzilla doesn't get up right away. And then they cut to a different scene with Julian Dennison, Millie Bobby Brown, and they're in the Apex facility. He doesn't go into details about that, but he says they cut back a few minutes later and Godzilla gets right back up and he obliterates Kong. He basically kills Kong. He confirmed. He says Godzilla gets up. He does something he's never done before, which is he gets on all fours. He charges at Kong and then he scratches, like just claws him to death. Basically just bludgeons him and claws him to death. And Kong is down. Then at that point, he says Mechagodzilla arrives. Before this, Mechagodzilla had already went haywire. He already was destroying the city. And when he arrives, Godzilla begins to fight him. At this point, Kong is dead. They figure out a way to revitalize him by using the heave they put the heave on his chest and they kind of use it as a defibrillator, I think he said, and they actually detonate the heave, which I guess reignites his heart. And then at this point, Jaya tells him that, that Godzilla's not the enemy. He then goes in and basically saves Godzilla, and they both team up and fight Mechagodzilla at the same time. At which point,
That's good.
Godzilla gets defeated.
That would be crazy.
Godzilla, and Mechagodzilla is about to defeat Kong, at which point Godzilla gets up, charges Kong's axe. This guy was calling it a hammer. He called it a hammer the whole time. So he charges the axe or hammer. We're going to get into what my thoughts on these plot leaks are in a minute. So again, take this with a grain of salt. He charges the axe and that enables Kong to give the killing blow to Mechagodzilla. So it is Kong who defeats Mechagodzilla. Godzilla defeats Kong. At this point, Kong, after like Mechagodzilla's defeated, Kong puts the axe down. Then he looks at Godzilla and then he picks the axe back up. Godzilla looks at him. Kong puts the axe back down. Godzilla roars at him in a kind of, he described it as like an acknowledgement roar. And then Godzilla takes off back into the water and Kong just kind of watches him as he leaves. Also, something I forgot to mention, I kind of cutting this into the video as I'm editing it. He does go into some detail about how Mechagodzilla, I guess, gets developed. And basically they have the skull of King Ghidorah. They extract DNA from the skull and they use that to link the pilot of, so Mechagodzilla is piloted basically from the skull of King Ghidorah, and they use the DNA of King Ghidorah and they somehow link it to the mind of the pilot, and the pilot combined with this Ghidorah DNA, which suddenly has some sort of mind control. This is what he says. I'm paraphrasing, but he used the word mind control. And that is what controls Mechagodzilla. He also says that there was another power source they're supposed to grab from the Hollow Earth to finish developing Mechagodzilla so that he can be ready to go, ready to rock.
Okay.
And do retrieve this power apparently, and they are warned that within their facility, within the scientists warned that they don't know enough about this power to use it yet, but they go ahead and go forward with it. He doesn't specify that Ren Sarazawa is the one. He might later on in the forum. As I said, I stopped reading at a certain point because it was sounding a little crazy, but he does mention that he can't be sure whether it's the power from the Hollow Earth or King Ghidorah's DNA that is what sets off Mechagodzilla. But he does become autonomous, or haywire as he described. So I wanted to make sure I put this in the video because I'm editing the video and I forgot to mention that. And then of course later on, this could link to why Godzilla's, he says at some point Godzilla's blasting through the Hollow Earth with his atomic breath. I mentioned that in this video as well. I'm kind of just alluding it to here because it may have something to link with that. So I just wanted to throw that in. Let's continue with the video. He does say that there is no end credit scene, although he said that would probably be only for the test screening, which is possible. They've done that before for Marvel movies. They don't show the end credit scene at the end of the test screening because they know people have a big mouth. So, but again, take this with a grain of salt. Other details he went into were talking about Skull Island. He said that the movie starts off with Kong waking up on Skull Island, and shortly thereafter it gets to the scene where he throws the tree at the dome, and we find out he's in the dome. Now this is the part where I started really kind of going, I don't know if this is legit or not. He said that the dome is Skull Island. They built a dome around Skull Island, and I'm like, huh?
What?
You're telling me they built a dome? In 5 years, they built a dome around a whole island with no interference from the life there? Like, how could they actually accomplish that without Kong getting involved and stopping them? So this conflicts with an earlier plot leak. Again, this is all spoilers now. With an earlier plot leak that says that Skull Island is actually destroyed. That's kind of the plot. If I had to choose one, I'm kind of leaning towards that other one because it says that Kong Island was destroyed, which makes sense that Jaya would be orphaned, and perhaps Kong was saved, or whatever the case may be. But something's not giving there. The other thing too is that later on in the plot leak, he talks about somebody asked about Godzilla's foot being on Kong's chest, and he said that that's the point at which Godzilla finishes Kong. He says he basically just beats his ass. Like, he doesn't use atomic breath, he beats his ass. He also mentioned, he didn't mention anything about any new special powers. I think what he was trying to convey was that some of the new powers are really things that Godzilla hasn't done before, like getting on all fours and berserker barraging on a monster. He also mentioned that while he doesn't have a red spiral breath, they kind of convey that his breath is even stronger now. He says that there's a scene where Godzilla shoots his atomic breath from the top of the earth right through down to the Hollow Earth. Now, look, that could be that scene in the most recent TV spot where we see Godzilla looking down and he's just blasting down at what some people think is a factory. Maybe that's when that happens. Again, there are some conflicting things here, even with the trailer, but it's like any leak, right? You're not going to know if they're true or not until you actually watch the movie.
Going on, they take Patel.
Another thing he mentioned was because people
hope
were
I said your
asking
name
more
right.
about some of the details of the story. He did say that the beginning of the movie, like during the opening credits, they kind of show like a bracket, and I guess I don't want to say like a tournament bracket, but he makes it sound that way, although I don't think that's what he meant. He said there's a bracket that shows all the Titans around the world. And he says that basically they show in this scene how Kong and Godzilla have defeated multiple Titans over the last 5 years, and they're kind of the only ones left in terms of apex predators. There's no Behemoth in the movie. There's none of the other Titans from King of the Monsters. You have the Warbats that Kong fights. You have the Hellhawks that he deals with. He also talks about Kong finding his ancestors' throne and sitting on it. A lot of people believe that because that was something that appeared to be in the last TV spot. It was a quick shot, but it looked like Kong was sitting on a trailer. And then he says that there are other new monsters in the Hollow Earth, but it's more like a blink and you'll miss it kind of deal. So that's that there. He talks about how Godzilla and Kong do team up against Mechagodzilla for a fight, but that ultimately Godzilla, he's so worn down from the fight with Kong that eventually Mechagodzilla does defeat him, and it comes down to Kong and Mechagodzilla, and Kong, with the help of Godzilla, when he finally gets together,
Okay.
hits the axe with
Makes
atomic
sense.
breath and knocks out Kong. Kong basically takes the head and spinal cord of Mechagodzilla and kind of holds it up. So yeah. Now like I said, I have some. While some of this sounds like it could definitely be, feasible, it could definitely be real. There are, look, I got to be honest. The idea of Skull Island having a dome built around it in 5 years with other monsters on the island, I don't see how that's possible. I really don't. He doesn't. Now, I didn't read too much further after that. I kind of got into meat and potatoes of things. He didn't look like he knew, not that he didn't know, but he didn't look like some of the details he was giving were, either he couldn't recall or there were just certain things that, I don't know, they just kind of didn't make sense, even with some of the stuff we've seen in the trailer. Like I said, the dome built around Skull Island, if I'm not mistaken, that dome looked like it was Antarctica, and then, like I said, we have another leak that talks about Skull Island being completely destroyed, which that sounds more feasible when you consider Jaya as an orphan. So I don't know if you want to take this with a grain of salt. Now, going back to other leaks, there are some things that other leaks are a little bit more convey what's going on in the trailers and in the TV spots, and basically the way there is no disguised Mechagodzilla, for those of you who are tired of me saying it. Again, if this is all true, then yeah, there will be no disguised Mechagodzilla, of course. I know some of you have been dying for me to say that, so there you go. Not that I ever thought there was going to be, but I just like to do my mad scientist theories. But all in all, I don't know, man. I don't know if this plot leak is legit. At first I was reading, I'm like, oh wow, that sounds pretty cool. And then I started paying attention to some of the more detailed stuff he was giving, and I was like, I don't know if this is legit. I don't know, the Skull Island one is the big one for me. The other one too is that he mentions on one hand that Godzilla gets up after he looks like he's defeated by Kong, and then basically Berserker barrages all over Kong and then kills him. But then on the flip side of that, somebody asked him about the scene where Godzilla's standing on his chest and how does he get out of that? And he says, no, he doesn't. That's when Godzilla finishes him. Usually when Godzilla does that, he finishes him with an atomic breath. So I don't know. Maybe he's right. Maybe he does. He says that he basically scratches and claws the shit out of him. There wasn't anything in that scene on the trailer where Kong looks dead that appears that he gets scratched up, or, he just looks like he's just dead. There's no blood or anything. So I don't know. It all sounds conflicting, but look, at the end of the day, we'll find out exactly what happens once we see the movie. That's really the only way you can know if these plot leaks are ever true or not. And from my experience, most of the times, a lot of them tend not to be true. Of course, we've had some in the past that were true, but when you have so many of them, 9.5 times out of 10, most of them are crap. So I don't know about this one. It sounded pretty plausible to me until the Skull Island thing. That's the one that kind of really made me think to myself, oh, I don't know if this is real or not, because, if it's true, if they actually built a dome around Skull Island in a matter of 5 years with no monster interference, you're going to tell me Kong is going to see people erecting and constructing something around his island, and he's just going to chill there and take it?
Thanks for letting me know, Tommy.
I don't know about that. Especially considering how big he is. Another thing he mentions is he does say that the skull crawlers are in the movie and that the villains used them as bait for Mechagodzilla to test Mechagodzilla's powers. He said that he does have weaponry and that he has rockets on his arms and legs that actually increase the damage of his blows. So in other words, like a rocket punch or a rocket kick. So like if he punches or strikes one of the Titans, they're rocket propelled. So it gives extra blunt force. So that's pretty cool if that's true. There was a leaked image of Mechagodzilla on the internet. I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. It's not really a spoilery image. It just shows his back, which everyone and their mother has seen by now. Have
you guys seen that spoiler Mechagodzilla image?
Show it here, but if you haven't seen it, get with them now. It's all over the place, as well as this plot leak. I'm sure you guys all read it by now, but I'm not 100% sold on this one. There's a lot of it that sounds plausible. I will say that. But I think the one that throws me off is the Skull Island one, and Godzilla standing on his chest and finishing him off there, even though he said earlier in that forum that he obliterates Kong and finishes him off when he gets up and just goes on all fours and like, I don't know. I keep picturing like Godzilla on all fours. You ever play X-Men Children of the Atom when Wolverine does Berserker Barrage? He's kind of low and goes like this. I keep picturing that. I don't know why. He doesn't get into any too much details about the carrier scene, even though people asked a couple of times. Again, I did not read the whole forum. People were bombarding this guy with questions, and if I would have just stood there reading everything, I probably would never, I got out of it what I wanted to get out of it, and plus, once again, when I read the whole Skull Island thing, that kind of threw me off, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I'll stop here, So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Based on what I've shared with you, or you guys probably have gone over and read it already, what do you think? Do you think this is legit? I think some of it sounds plausible, but that one.
Okay, so if it turns out that what this guy is saying is true, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I the fact that none of them die, and then they kind of that Godzilla wins. Obviously, I'm pumped up about that. If that is actually true. The other thing is, if it's true that Godzilla wins, but when he puts his foot on Kong's chest, and that shows that he wins, we're talking about Warner Brothers just released the trailer with the outcome in the trailer. I mean, a lot of people would be pissed at that fact. So I don't really believe that that's where Kong wins. But it does make sense that Godzilla wins. He beats Kong, and then right after he beats Kong, or he's just Kong submits, and that's when Mechagodzilla comes in. He waits for the perfect time to third party Godzilla, and Godzilla's tired, and he's just not able to keep up with Mecha. And Mecha's, he's coming in. He has all these crazy weapons on him, and he's just beating the shit out of Godzilla. That Kong has to come, and they both have to double team. Beat Mecha. I would love that. But I would see a lot of backlash with the whole fact that they literally showed Godzilla winning in the trailer. That was one crazy thing that I saw online, that the carrier scene is 18 minutes long, which means that, but how much of that 18 minutes is actual Godzilla and Kong, in the same scene? Because it could be like the carrier scene and there's just people talking there, and then God and Kong is just in the background with the chains. I was hoping to see Rodon with his powers, but I guess he's dead. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any other monsters in the MonsterVerse. Just because, I mean, any monsters in the Hollow Earth. Just because we already got Godzilla, Kong, and Mecha in one movie. I would definitely, I definitely see them, if they're gonna add anybody, to put those little night crawlers in there. Narado, hey, do you have Roblox or PUBG? Let's play together. I have neither one of them. I did play PUBG a lot back when it first came out on Xbox. So, and then, since if you guys remember when it first came out on Xbox, I don't know if you guys are PC, PlayStation players, but when it came out on consoles, PUBG came out on consoles, it was so not well developed. It was definitely a PC game. And I tried to play it, and I played it so much when it was on Xbox. I just kind of got burned down on it. And then the last Battle Royale game that I played was Apex. You guys, and if you guys didn't know that before I started making these YouTube videos, I was actually on Twitch, um, doing streaming my gameplay live. That's how I got all. That's how I bought all this stuff. Was for me to kind of stream on Twitch, and then this thing happened, and it started working for me. Wow, that was pretty. That was actually a good video from ETN. I've never seen any of his videos, and kind of get that. Seen this one here, like, yeah, I don't think you guys have seen this one right here. I love this video.
Stinky.
You damn dirty ape!
Oh man, I love this video. Have you guys seen this one?
You saved me. Why?
Monkey.
Oh man, I love that one. You think that's what's gonna happen, Tommy? Have you guys seen the Mechagodzilla images? That, what is this right here? And that's just like a building lighting. Like one of these scenes, you can see like a spider. God, I imagine that. Oh God, I hate spiders. That looks like one of those spiders in the. Ah, okay, okay. Kumanga. So Kumanga makes an appearance in this movie? Wow, Kumanga is a giant ass kaiju spider. Imagine that. Us big old giant spider terrorizing village. Ooh. Let's see. Kong is still alive, right? Yeah, from what the reports are saying, that both of them survive, and then they kind of like team up to fight Mecha. That's a spider, man. That's a giant ass spider. Here, let me from a Godzilla movie. Name's Kumanga. Guess it could be seen in one of the trailers. Like you can see a spider. Little tiny Easter eggs throughout the whole movie. I can't wait for this movie. Oh my god, I can't wait. Oh, it's in the poster. The new poster that came out. You can see Kumanga in the background. Oh, he's right there. Wow. Kumanga. Then we see another guy up here flying. So these posters have some hidden stuff in there. Okay, so this guy right here is what Kong is like swinging around. One of close of Kong being dragged to Antarctica. This is the classic mecha right here. Classic. What up, J Miggy? J Miggy J. I remember back in 2019 they had shown an adult warbat, which is Kong's enemy in Hollow Earth. Think he's gonna show up in the movie? this is pretty much what he's gonna end up looking like. Look at the back of his tail. Has like a little a pointy thing, so he's gonna be using that tail as like a try to stab somebody. It's crazy how his arms kind of are like that. They're able to kind of move, turn in circles. Wonder what he's gonna be able to do that. But it looks like he's not gonna really have any like firearms. He's just gonna kind of just grab on you and just kind of use these little things to attack you. Oh wait, is this the Mecha Godzilla reveal? Oh, it looks like it. I'm not trying to get another strike. Yeah. Oh, look at the eyes. Definitely Mecha. Definitely Mecha. Ah, this one right here. Look at this. Look at this. Mecha. I want this badly. What do I do? Look at this Mega Godzilla. Evang Evangelion? Evangelion? I don't even know. Pronounce it right. Plus Godzilla collab arrives with Mega Godzilla from Aoshima. Oshima has unveiled one of the craziest and most badass crossover creations to date as they combine the hit anime series Evangelion with the Godzilla franchise. That is right. Nerve has done the impossible and made their own Eva Combat Godzilla with their very own Mechagodzilla. This figure combines the might beast from the 2002 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla with the coloring and the styling of Eva Unit 01 from Evangelion. This buildable, it's a kit, so you have to build it. This buildable kit from Aoshima stands roughly 9.5 inches tall and is pre-painted and just waited for assembly. Okay, so it's already pre-painted. This creation kicks off the new Godzilla vs. Evangelion line, and we cannot wait to see what else will be released. This design is something truly unique and combines two iconic franchises in a way we never thought possible. The Godzilla vs. Evangelion Mechagodzilla Type 3 Kairu Eva Unit 01 color version model kit for Aoshima is priced at $164.99. The crossover figure is expected to release in June 2021, and pre-orders are already live and can be found located here. What other creations would you like to see come out of this line next time? More Evas, more monsters. Man, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that beauty? They keep popping up. Look at that. Wow. That's put that right there on the wall. That would look beautiful back in my background. All right, 46 King Arthur, see you. Thank you for joining, being part of the live stream. I didn't have nothing to do today, so I was like, why not go live and kind of like talk with some of you guys. Started off as like a WandaVision live stream, and then quickly changed into a Godzilla vs. Kong. Have you heard of Zack Snyder and his fans are mad about Godzilla vs. Kong is #1 movie of the year instead of Justice League? Oh man, like Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for Justice League. I'm really excited for Justice League, but this is Godzilla vs Kong we're talking about here. Like this is, you know, I mean, this is a big thing coming, bigger than Justice League. Can be mad. I'm also really excited for Mortal Kombat. Kombat's gonna look good. Oh no. And that's less. Wonder if this is the same one.
Over at Superhero Hype Forums, and apparently a long-standing user over there by the name of Weezer Spider has seen an early screening of Godzilla vs. Kong, and he is dishing out all the leaks over there. And from what I've read so far of the leaks, it sounds and seems to match up pretty well, along with all the stuff that we've seen from the trailers, so it sounds pretty accurate. And this user is a very long-standing member of the forum as well, so his
No, it's all good because I
is
was
pretty solid over there. You know,
I mean, that's like the
since like 2006 or something.
definitely wanted to talk about some Godzilla vs Kong, and if I wouldn't have changed it, I wouldn't have never found out about the ETN video.
Screenings to these types of movies. And if that weren't enough, he also had some evidence to back himself up. He supposedly had a short little clip that he shared with another user to verify his leaks, and that clip was of Mecha Godzilla. So take that how you will as far as his credibility goes, but let's jump right into what he talks about. Godzilla defeats Kong the first time, which I'm guessing is a reference to the carrier fighter. Kong then gets the hammer, axe, whatever you want to call it, and seems to defeat Godzilla. However, Godzilla attacks him on all fours, I believe a first in his appearances, and scratches Kong to hell and defeats him. Godzilla can kill him, but he spares him and leaves. So let's go ahead and address this real quick. It seems like Godzilla and Kong fight twice, once on the aircraft carrier/ocean, and then again in Hong Kong. Other leaks were saying that the aircraft carrier fight was going to be a draw, but here it sounds like Godzilla gets the definitive win in that fight, and the leaker even sort of, addresses that. He states that Godzilla beats Kong in the water. He sort of holds onto a carrier, Kong that is, sort of lifeless. Godzilla turns around to finish the job, and the ships all shut off their weapons and power to play dead. It works, and Godzilla leaves. So in that aircraft carrier fight, Godzilla is sort of tricked into believing that the job is done. All the aircraft carriers and everything, and Kong included, are done for. And so, with him being tricked like that, he leaves. But yeah, I'll definitely chalk that up as a win for Big G here. The leaker also mentions how cool this scene is, and he mentions how the scene has Godzilla looking really badass and I guess sort of evil because of all the destruction that he's caused in that particular scene. And I guess this scene is also trying to make us believe that Godzilla actually is evil. because, it paints him to look as this both. But anyway, so Godzilla goes to Hong Kong to destroy more of these bases and whatnot, and while he's doing this, Kong and his human team are getting the axe so that he can use it to combat Godzilla, while at the same time, the bad guys who are also with Team Kong are planning on getting materials from Hollow Earth to complete Mecha Godzilla. The leaker also mentions that it's at this time that Godzilla charges his beam and shoots it into the earth, trying to reach Hollow Earth with his beam. Because I guess maybe he senses that the bad guys are getting that, sort of forbidden technology for Mechagodzilla. Not totally sure. The leaker didn't sound too sure either. I guess it's not really explained in the movie why he's doing this. Maybe for plot convenience, because it sounds like they then use this giant hole that Godzilla creates with his atomic breath to then go to him. Whatever the reason is, that Godzilla's breath, and I guess that's the scene of them getting out of Hollow Earth after Kong gets his axe. But on to the fight itself, the leaker stated that the fight lasts all night until the day, and eventually Kong manages to knock Godzilla down, and here is where a fake out sort of happens, like I mentioned in my previous video, because at this point, Alexander Skarsgård's character says that I guess round 2 goes to Kong, and this makes the general audience believe that Kong has won round 2, and it cuts away to Millie Bobby Brown's character and, her crew and what they were doing at the time, and also has some scenes of Mechagodzilla being prepped. However, this was just a fake out, because when we return to Godzilla and Kong, Godzilla has already gotten back up, and he gets on all fours and attacks Kong like a wild animal. The leaker compares him to an alligator and says that he slithers and, tackles Kong down and just scratches and beats on him, essentially almost killing him. If you guys have been following the leaks, there have been mentions that Godzilla is a lot more brutal in this film, and I think this is what they were talking about, this sort of bestial rage that Godzilla displays by getting on all fours and beating Kong down. I do wonder though if this Godzilla on all fours concept was inspired by Shin Godzilla or not, but it's pretty interesting. The idea of it is pretty interesting. I can't really picture legendary Godzilla on all fours, but I can't wait to see it if these leaks turn out to be true. But also, according to the leaker, it's immediately after this, after Godzilla beats down Kong, it's daytime, it's immediately after this that Mechagodzilla is unleashed and he makes his entrance. Apparently, Mechagodzilla goes haywire, whether that's due to the technology from Hollow Earth or because of the fact that they're using Ghidorah's mind control to sort of, try to control him. It's not really clear, but, he goes haywire and he and Godzilla fight, and it sounds like Godzilla gets beaten down pretty badly because he's tired from his fight with Kong. And while this is happening, the humans are trying to treat Kong, and apparently they have to defibrillate him by blowing up their ship on his chest. Godzilla beat Kong down so badly that they literally need to revive this guy. And I guess we've seen this scene in the trailers, after they resurrect Kong, I guess, where Gia tells Kong to be careful, because I'm assuming at this point the humans realize what Godzilla was doing all along.
I think you're right, Tommy.
And that, his actions made sense, and he was doing this to stop Mechagodzilla. And that's where Kong, goes to help Godzilla with his fight. And it sounds like their team-up scene is very cool, but apparently Mechagodzilla gets the upper hand here and almost kills both Godzilla and Kong, because he apparently somehow knocks Godzilla out and is about to finish Kong. And it's at this point one of the more ridiculous things in this leak happens. Apparently, just as Mechagodzilla is about to kill Kong, Team Godzilla, the team with Millie Bobby Brown and her crew, they spill some alcohol onto Mechagodzilla's control board or whatever, and this slows down Mechagodzilla enough so that Godzilla can fire his atomic breath at Kong's axe, which supercharges it and allows Kong to finish Mecha G. And afterwards, I guess we maybe get this scene that we've seen from the trailers of Godzilla and Kong staring each other down, sort of maybe acknowledging one another, and then Godzilla leaves. So yeah, that's basically the movie, you guys. Sounds like most of the plot of the movie regarding Team Kong is getting Kong to Hollow Earth so that they can find something to counter Godzilla. You know, they hope that Kong's instincts will lead to something that can counter Godzilla. And Team Godzilla, you know, Millie Bobby Brown's team, they're trying to find out why Godzilla is doing what he's doing. And apparently from the leaker, it sounds like the Team Kong stuff is more exciting because, you know, they're actually with Kong the entire time. And all the transportation scenes that we're getting from the trailers, they aren't transporting Kong to Godzilla like in the 1962 film. They're transporting Kong to
I'm with you there, Jacob.
Earth. And this is why we also get
That's how the
scene
movie
from
ends.
the trailers where
Alcohol was
he's being
spilled.
transported by the helicopters in that snowy looking location, because apparently there are tunnels or caves and whatnot in Antarctica that you can use to get to Hollow Earth. And so they're transporting him now by helicopter because this scene occurs after the carrier scene, you know, in the ocean where Godzilla rips them a new one. And so obviously they don't want to deal with that again, so they avoid water travel and now use the air instead. So yeah, it makes sense. You know, the leaks do sort of line up here with the trailers, but overall sounds like Godzilla gets the dub both times he and Kong fight, with the second fight being a sort of
imagine if Godzilla and
fake
Mech
out
are wearing a
win for
mask.
Kong, with them making you think that Kong has won, but Godzilla then does his new sort of move. I don't even know what to call it really, but he does his new move of him getting on all fours and brutally attacking Kong and pretty much almost killing him, I would say. You know, he does need to be defibrillated, which is going to be interesting to see. But besides that, there were also no mentions, unfortunately, of any sort of end credits from this leaker. It could be possible that they could add something on at the end, but you know, no mention of end credits. So sorry to all the fans who were expecting you know, a Bira. You know, sorry about that, you guys. Doesn't look like we will be getting an Abira movie anytime soon, but you know, fingers crossed, maybe they'll add on some sort of ending credit when the movie is released for general audiences. But yeah, guys, that seems to be the gist of the movie and what I got from all the leaks, you know, reading.
What'd you guys think about that one? I believe that Godzilla is probably the whole thing about Godzilla getting on all fours and rushing Kong. I kind of believe that one. Godzilla does have the arm length to do that in this one. And he definitely has more way longer arms, and probably we'll see him start doing more stuff like that with his arms, just different types of attacks. And like when you say that he rips Kong, like Godzilla like, destroys Kong. Okay, so I got this. I was at the store, right? And I got this Kong little action figure. It has this little thing that comes off, and you just see this big old chunk of meat sticking from his arm. He does have scratches on his chest. Look at his little tiny axe. So I can believe that that's actually a real thing. They said one was gonna win, one will fall. But then we find out that it all ends when they spilled some alcohol. And then they're gonna have to Kong so beat up that they have to like revive him. I guess that's like a way to do it. Kind of like they revived. I mean, like they helped heal Godzilla in a King of the Monsters. What do you think happened when Kong hit his axe on Godzilla's head? You know what? Maybe that doesn't happen in the movie. Maybe that's the part where uh he shoots Kong at at the axe, um, and instead of hitting a Godzilla, he hits Mecha Godzilla. The trailer just kind of changes it up, but when you see the movie, it kind of. But I do agree. I think the trailers pretty much show the whole movie. Looking through Twitter, seeing with the new posters coming out. But I think that's pretty much it for like the spoilers and stuff. I feel like soon we're gonna get a the Mecha Godzilla trailer. Something happened with the trailer that they came out where Godzilla sees Mecha in his eye. You can see Mecha Godzilla in Godzilla's eye through Godzilla's eyes. Something happens there, so I don't know what happened, but they took down the trailer and then they gave everybody who did a reaction to it a copyright strike. It's like they wanted no trace of that trailer to be still out there. Something happened to that trailer. I don't know what it was. You know that atomic breath that they're talking about, like where they say that it's so powerful that it lights up his body, kind of like what you're saying, Tommy. I think that it's instead of blue, I think it's gonna be red, and his whole body kind of like turning red. The reason why I say that is because there was this like leaked image of of the toys, and one of the toys, kind of like the one that I have, it was of Godzilla, but he had something glowing in his back that was all red. Let's see, how am I gonna find that one? Where did I find it? What is it? Ooh, that looks badass. How many of you guys are gonna see it in theaters? Or are you guys gonna watch on HBO Max? What is this? Mech X4? Oh, I didn't know about that one. Sex and nudity severe. Violence and gore severe. Nudity? What the heck? Kind of rated for intense sequence of creatures, violence and destruction. They brief language and brief language. Let him sleep. I like that one. It just shows Godzilla sleeping. Is that Mothra also in there? Oh, it is. Oh, that one looks beautiful. So many wallpaper potential. A lot of these Godzilla vs Kong stills. Look at this one. This creature was seen in the Kong poster that was released today. Looked like what was it? Kamara? Kamura? Kumongus. There it is. Kumongus. Also, guys, if you guys haven't pre-ordered their Funko Pops for these guys, they're selling out fast. So probably visit GameStop and try to pre-order because I was able to manage to pre-order um two of them, which was the giant Godzilla Funko Pop and I forgot which Kong Funko Pop I was able to. But all the other ones were just really hard to get, sold out. Oh, ooh, look at this. The new image of the Godzilla vs. Kong Bandai HGD Plus figures have been revealed. This figure will be released in June for approximately $20 per set. $20 for this guy right here? Sold. Damn, look at that. Knocked them in the. Scrolling down, I'm trying to find that one where it had the toys action figure. Let me try some. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is. So if you guys look it down here, you can see this is how Mechagodzilla. He's looking just like the pictures. And we got this guy here. That's the one that I have. But if you look at Godzilla over here, he looks like he has like all this red stuff on him. So this is what I feel like his atomic breath is gonna look like. Something that's all. Right, here's another still. You can see it right here. And this looks like something you can add on. Look at the spikes. It looks like everything grows. Or those flames. I wonder what that is. Like another form of Godzilla that he's gonna, or maybe it's an unknown Titan. I think this is Godzilla. It just he's using something crazy. Of course, these images reveal major spoilers of Godzilla vs Kong, so we ask that you refrain from sharing them in the comment section and other form. A little too late for that. A new Titan from Godzilla vs. Kong has seemingly been revealed in a new pair of official Chinese posters for the upcoming film. A mysterious creature has been discovered. The newly revealed Titan can be seen within the bottom right portion of the new Kong poster. The creature appears to be a resident of Hollow Earth based off the surrounding poster artwork, featuring a spider-like appearance and fearsome mandibles. And the new Titan looks to be quite the adversary. How large of a role do you think the new creature will play in Godzilla vs. Kong? Let us know in the comments below. I think this is going to be like a little Easter egg, a little fun thing that Kong's probably going to have to fight and probably quickly kill. If you're a fan of Godzilla and you're looking for exclusive online community to share your... okay, never mind. Godzilla Super Saiyan God form? Yeah. Godzilla third stage or Godzilla, yeah, or his final form. Do you think that Mothra will be alive? I think that she might come back. Maybe Mothra had like some eggs. I don't know. It was very. She's a popular. Or Mothra is a popular kaiju. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream right here. Thank you guys for joining me and kind of just talking Godzilla vs Kong, looking at some, showing me the video for the spoiler leaks, and just I had a good time chatting with you guys today. I did remember the egg credit scene of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Ghidorah returns. What about if Ghidorah had like a baby? Alright, guys. I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to end the stream right here. If you guys are not subscribed, or if anybody's watching they're not subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe. Show some love to the channel. It really helps a lot. And I'll catch you guys. I'll try to do... do you guys want me to do more of these little live streams just to kind of talk about more Godzilla stuff? But put it down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.